orientation I know is hooked the wrong way, and you guys have been waiting. But as soon as I was going online, okay, this is very odd. The butterfly, I opened the thing for the butterfly this morning. Butterfly was still strong, standing up with its wings. Then I said, I finished watching the trial, and then I was doing some other stuff. And then I said, okay, I was going to go upstairs. I looked at the butterfly again. The butterfly is up and standing. So I figure I'm going to go get it some of the hibiscus flowers. I went upstairs, and it was on the edge of the box now that it was in, okay, all night. And it was able to get out of the box at any time that it wanted. So I go upstairs, I come down, the butterfly is still there. I start putting all the information into my phone to take this video, right? Now, on my TV, I had the court, because they were deliberating for the verdict in the fake Uber driver Nathaniel Rollins case, right? For the killing, for the murder of Samantha Josephson. And just as I'm ready to hit, go live, the verdict comes on. And I'm like, oh, this is crazy, right? I mean, it was instantaneous. So I said, all right. So I start watching. He is guilty on all counts. Then they said they were both ready for sentencing. So they start with the impact statements. And they just finished now, the sentencing and everything. And I'm going to discuss it in depth tonight. But I turn around, listen to this. I turn around right after they read the verdict. The butterfly is gone. So I'm like, okay, well, where could he go? Because he wasn't able to fly last night. So I start looking around. I can't find the butterfly anywhere. We've searched everywhere for the butterfly. The butterfly is gone, which is a good thing. If it flew, great. I don't know how, but it was literally on the edge of the box, and then it was gone. And we've looked for it everywhere in the house because I didn't want it to be trapped in the house. We've looked everywhere. It's literally gone, vanished. So it's very odd. But anyway, yeah. So, but I mean, it's good because it's definitely flying then, because we looked everywhere. Well, we're trying to find out if he's outside, if, I don't know. We'll keep looking, but it's totally gone. So now, hi, Sandy. So that was weird, very weird. But now I will talk about this trial. The impact statements of I saw something I've never seen before in a trial. Okay, well, the mother spoke. She gave a very moving, touching statement about her daughter. Samantha's sister, Sydney, spoke. She gave a moving statement. Her father spoke for a very long time, gave a very moving statement, said he cannot get rid of the hate that he has for this man, and that he can interact with his family. And apparently he was allowed to interact in the courtroom before he was convicted. And the judge did address that at the end. But I've never seen the police officers. One of them gave a victim's impact statement. Two of them, I believe it was two of them, gave victims impact statements of this, and being like the most horrific crime they have ever seen in their city. Then his mother wants to speak on behalf of the defendant. So it wasn't a victim's impact statement. And she got up, and the first thing she said is like, he is innocent. I know my son. Then the judge says, you stop right there. I will not hear anything about how your son is innocent. That is not what this is about. And if you're going to do that, then you're not going to speak anymore. So she just said, well, I know he didn't do this. And the judge said, how do you know he didn't do this? And she said, because I know how I raised him and he didn't do this. Again, he shut her down. And then she basically just said, well, he's a good boy. He doesn't have a bad bone in his body. He played sports. He played this, you know, and his whole family's been supportive of him. And his father, who spoke out early in the case and suffered a stroke in the last, I think, over a year. I think it's been a little over a year. And he was in the courtroom. And then he decided to speak, which was really, I don't know why they didn't have someone read something for him. I don't know, because I think it was like really kind of traumatic. But he did express that he was sorry for the Josephson family. But again, he says that he has 4 other children other than Nathaniel, but he has been with Nathaniel through kindergarten, through college, and knows him. And this is so, you know, he doesn't know how this happened. I don't think he used the words innocent. He said, I can't see him doing this. I don't know what happened. But I cannot see him. You will not find anybody that says, he had a bad bone in his body or something to that effect. And then he stopped speaking, and that was very strange, to say the least. And then his lawyer started to speak on behalf of the mother because the judge had asked her to stop a few times. And I think the judge even had to tell the lawyer to stop, and she had to change what she was saying and finally said it. And then something's really bizarre because she was asking for 30 years. And she said, well, even if you give him 30 years, when he gets out, he will be in his 70s. The guy is 27 now and has already served, has been incarcerated for the 2 years. How would that make him in his 70s? And I'm like, can she not do the math? Okay, that was a little weird. He would be 57 or less if it was 30 years, and he could even be less if he, whatever. So then he's sentenced, and the judge was a very good judge in the case. And he said to the defendant that, you come from my hometown. You probably played against the same school, in basketball, did you? And yes, he says yes. And he says, and, you have your family here and stuff. And you were right near my chambers where your phone was pinging off these towers. Do you have anything to say for yourself? And he says yes, and did not one tear in his eye, even when his family spoke, okay? He never apologized to the Josephsons. He took down his mask and he said that he didn't do this, he's innocent, and he only wishes that there was not this jump to conclusions. And now I'm paraphrasing, I don't have my notes right in front of me, but that he wishes they had done their job in actually finding out who did this, instead of just, basically taking what he thinks, the easy way out and jumping to conclusions. Anyway, then the judge said, do you remember when, the prosecutor was speaking and he said, for this not to be you, just how unimaginable, and that the state brought forth, an avalanche of evidence against this man, that point in every direction is his direction. And he's satisfied with everything he's seen. The judge, in order to, convict this man, that he's convicted, and feel good about that sentence and not question it at all with the evidence that's there. And he said, remember when he said, like, for this not to be you, somebody would literally have to be wearing your clothing, have got the keys to your car, has driven your car, had your phone, had the passcode to unlock your phone, went to your girlfriend at the time and put the stuff in her garbage, he just went through all the things that just are ridiculous to think that somebody else did that, have, your tool that committed the murder, all of this. It's just, it was crazy to even think that. And he said to him, "You are what we call a, what is he, a depraved heart." I believe that's what he said. "You have not 1 ounce of remorse," which he doesn't. He has no remorse, because he doesn't even admit he did this. And he said, "I have seen a lot of murderers, and I have sentenced a lot of murderers, and not one can bring me back to the time where they committed their murder. Not one." He said, "Because they block it out of their minds. If I say, bring me back to when you pulled the trigger, bring me back to when you did this," he said, "they can't do it. They can't do it truthfully or anything because they blotted it out of their minds." And it's very good if you want to. I was watching, I forget what station, it was not Law and Crime, it was a news station, W something. But to watch it back, I think if you haven't seen it, you should watch at least where the verdict is read, the impact statements, the defendant statements, the sentencing. You should definitely watch that back because I am going to discuss it later in depth, along with the closing arguments that were done today, because I have all my notes on that. So I will bring that. So if you haven't seen it, you really should watch it. And you're going to see a lot of things you probably haven't seen in a trial. And yeah, so that was quite, this judge then sentenced him to life and said that he doesn't know. He said, "This is the end of your life story here. It's not the end of your life story, but it's the end of your life, on the outside, basically. And can you ever be anything than this depraved soul or heart?" I forget what word he used, "that you are, or that we refer to you as. Can this be exorcised out of you? I don't know." And then at the end, he clarified, because I think it was her father that said, he has been allowed to interact with his family, because I guess he was allowed to go up to them at one point, even in shackles, prior to being convicted. And the judge said, "Well, I want to address that. Prior to being convicted, we do go by the presumption of innocence, so he was shackled, he was watched, and that, I will say, was because he was presumed innocent and not convicted. Once convicted, it's an entirely different story. He was not allowed to go near his family at all." And the judge did express that, he feels very sorry for these parents that don't know what happened. And he sees a lot of parents that say, "Well, my son, my daughter was a good person. They were great." He said, "Yeah, they might have been great as a child. But something happened." And the judge did say this. He said, "I can't believe that there are not warnings of a man that stabs a woman 120 times, that this just happened." That he said, "I can't believe, he might have been a great child, as you're saying, but there's something that happened, and there had to be signs. And could someone have intervened earlier? Maybe Samantha Josephson would be alive if there was an intervention of some sort, if someone acknowledged that maybe something isn't right with this young man." But he said that wasn't done, unfortunately. And he can't say for certain that that's the thing, but he said that, to just one day stab someone, a stranger especially, 120 times, there's got to be something. It might even be that he's killed other people, could be. He did say that everybody thinks they have the perfect crime. There is no perfect crime. He reminded him that they were able to sum up his 24 hours immediately through the phone pings, through the cameras, through surveillance, all of that. you know, it's just pointing again, to get away with something like that, you're not going to get away with it. There's too much technology today, and yet these people are still doing this stuff. So it was very good. Again, I hope that you watch it if you haven't seen it. And, you know, I just hope you watch it. And I will give an update on the butterfly. I don't know what it looks like it's going to rain now. Kids want to go swimming, but now I'm hearing like a little thunder and stuff. So I don't know what the heck it's going to do. But please watch it if you haven't. Let me see if anybody said anything here. Let's see. You stayed at home cooking, Jeanette? Hi, York Hill. Hi, Robin Lane. Hi, Ruby. Tammy, Heather, York Hill, 10th Angel, Lori Ann. His mother got a smackdown. Yeah. Let's see here. Christiane. Who else do we have? Rose. Yeah. Hi, the judge was so awesome. Lorianne says, yes, he was. Faithful one. Let's see. Hi, Aurora. Anyway, go inside and just take another scan of the Hi, Lori Welsh. Sour milk and cookies. Wilo Wick. Haven't seen you in ages, Wilo Wick. How are you? Chewy Gum TV. Who else? Sue. Is that Tina? Sandra. Who else do we have here? Nora Woods. Let's see. Nana Patty. Everybody. Julie W. Ash Lewis. Tracy Thomas. Hello, hello, hello. Norma May. John Wasaki. Erica. Sorry, Julie W. If I missed you, I'm sorry. It really looks like it's going to rain right now, which is unfortunate. Kevin Leonard, how are you? But I'm going to go see if I can do another scan of this butterfly, because I do want to, I mean, if it's flying, and then it can go outside. Hi, Pepper Shake, Hydrangea. What did you say, Pepper Shake? Hydrangea, my mom, who just passed, was my mom's favorite flowers. Aw, sorry to hear that, Pepper Shake, that of your mom passing. They are beautiful flowers. I potted them in containers because we're going to put some flower beds out here by the deck, but we're not finished. Scooter, I talked to Scooter earlier. She must be running around. Hi, Wake Up. Hi, Patricia. Okay, so I'm going to go, and I will talk about this case later on, so really watch it because it's quite different, and I think watch the end of it, at least from the guilty verdict on. And like I said, there's a news station. It was W something or other, but just type that in and you'll find it. Anyway, Jeanette, the fake Uber driver, and Nathaniel Rolland for the murder of Samantha Josephson. Yeah, I'm going to check. I'm going to check, Julie. I've been checking all over. All right. Hi, Snow Remover. Hi, Ruby Ann. All right, I'll see you, and love to you all. Stay safe. Hi, Dana Elizabeth. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Hi, Shay. Shay, I've been looking for you. I asked about you the other night. It's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. I asked about you. And you know who else? Who else did I think? Shay and, oh gosh, who was it? There's somebody else. I said, well, where the heck are they? I hope they're okay. It was Shay and, oh my goodness. I had the name last night. I can't think of it now. Think of it. Honey, Birdie was back after so long. Oh, I can't think. But anyway, yeah, I will see you guys later. All right, bye. Love you.